Hey, what's going on, everybody? Your man Scott Lennox here. Thanks for clicking into the channel. Appreciate y'all very much. So spring is springing a little bit more springier nowadays. Getting some nice days. Highs are in the like 50s, upper 50s and low 60s, that sort of thing. Got a nice day today where the wind's not blowing. But it's been a kind of sucky April. We've had some wind, some rain, some cool temperatures. It's finally starting to break loose a little bit. So today I'm getting back on the water. Not actually on the water, but on the beach. I'm heading down to Assateague Island. My good buddy Mike Dzurnak, Dessert Snack. You guys might have seen Mike in the episode we did back on the Ocean Princess end of last year where we caught a bunch of sea bass and stuff. And today we're heading out with him again. He invited me down to go surf fishing on Assateague Island, so we're gonna do a little black drumming down here. Got some other folks that are heading down to the beach too. First step along the way, deflate the tires. So we'll deflate the tires, get on down the beach, get set up, see if we can't catch a black drum. Thanks for clicking in. Haven't done it already? Hit that subscribe button. Any questions? Ask them below. Let's get it. Is the count. All right, so we are just getting onto the sand here of the OSV. Mike, what's OSV stand for?
Over sand vehicle.
That's right, over sand vehicles. That's what we are right now. We've deflated the tires down to 15 or so on the inflation, and that gives us an opportunity to have more tread on the sand. That's what we want. We want something where it's nice and bouncy, more tread on the sand. You don't want you know, packed tires, because my tires take 50 pounds of pressure. What do yours usually take?
35.
So 35, and that's not a lot, but 35-pound tire, 50-pound tire, they really dig down in the sand. You don't want that. You want it to kind of float across the sand. So that's what we're doing. But we're entering the OSV, and we're going black drum fishing. Thanks for the invite again, bro.
Absolutely.
Where are we heading?
We're gonna go down 6 to 8 miles.
Okay.
Yeah, and then just looking for cuts in the wash and just trying to find structure that you know, where bait fish would be, where drum would be as well.
You want to see rips and that sort of thing, right?
Right.
So we got a beautiful day. Look at this. That's absolutely gorgeous, coming over the hill onto the actual beach here at Assateague Island. It's gorgeous. We've had some wind, we've had some rain, and Mike looked at the forecast for today. It looked nice, and it is very, very nice. We're going to be in the 60s at some point. Might have a couple of friends joining us a little bit later on, but I'm looking forward to this. Even if it's just sitting down on the beach with no cell service, it's a beautiful thing.
Best part.
All right, we're partway down the beach. Beautiful ride down here. A little bumpy, obviously. You're driving on sand, so. But the old Ford F-150, just like mine, handles it absolutely perfectly, flawlessly. And now we're slowing down. So Mike's starting to look. Mike, what are you looking for? What are you looking for? I know you're looking for rips. And we got a great day to find this stuff because of how calm it is. But we're looking for rips and that sort of thing, right?
Yeah, I want to see, you know, the first bar, the second bar of the breakers. Now today's a really calm day, so you don't really see a second breaker at all.
Right.
But I want to see some sort of, if I can find like a rip current or something that's coming out to where it's just kind of pulling all that bait and whatnot. Yeah, that's a good place to be right around. So haven't seen one yet, but we're getting there.
Yeah. And basically the object is, the beach is pretty flat, right? The sand runs off, and then you have sandbars out there. That's what causes the breaks when the waves are crashing in. And sometimes in between those sandbars, you will have a slough, and that's where the rip current will come in, and then as the tide's going out, it'll rip through that slough in between the sandbars, and that's where the fish come in, bait and predators. So there's a couple of stripers that have been caught down here, and black drum fishing is picking up. So as soon as Mike finds something that he likes, we're going to get out here, set up, catch some bait, and get to fishing. All right, man. Mike found something he thinks looks fishy, so here we are. Beautiful day here on Assateague Island. as you can do on Assateague Island if you've got the OSV permit, we are literally parked steps from the beach, steps from the ocean, and we'll be putting in right here, setting up sand spikes and rods, finding bait, and doing it all right here on this beautiful beach on an absolutely awesome day. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Yeah, buddy. All right, Mike's getting set up here, and we're gonna fish 4 or 5 rods. And a couple of things you're gonna wanna have if you fish the surf, Assateague Island, or really any place, especially in the spring like we're doing right now. This water temperature's in the 50s, so cold. So what do you need? Bam, waders. Either get some waders, all right? Mike's got waders on, chest waders, and I have got some hip boots on, all right? There you go. Picked up those Frog Tog hip waders yesterday at Kelly's Outdoors up in Millsboro, Delaware. Full selection of that kind of stuff, waders and hip boots and that kind of thing. And then you're also going to want to have some sort of sweatshirt, rain gear. Bring it with you, man, because you can park your vehicle right here next to where you're fishing. You can bring all this stuff. All right, so here we go. Bam, got the cooler in case we catch anything. Bucket. Mike even brought a little grill. We're having fajitas for lunch. A couple of coolers. This is perfectly set up, man. He's got his rod rack back there for transporting the rods. And then you're also gonna need sand spikes. All right, sand spike right down here. I like these tall sand spikes like this. It gets it up off the ground a little bit. Rod is sitting in the sand. And then, bingo, baby. There we go. Dry as a bone. Ready to catch a drum. Let's get it. All right, now what's the most important thing that we're gonna need to catch these black drum?
We need bait.
We need bait, bro. We need bait. So the great thing about it is there's plenty right here. Now all we gotta do is find them. We are going sand flea hunting. So
right.
Live sand fleas are the ticket. I'm sure we got a little bit of fish bites to put on there to season it up, but it's all about the sand fleas, man. If you get these fresh sand fleas, Mike's got a bucket here. So it's a little 2.5 gallon bucket, it looks like. Drill holes in the bottom of it so that the sand flea, as they urinate, doesn't drown them, because they'll drown pretty quickly unless you got holes drilled in the bucket. Just a regular old shovel. We're gonna go down here and dig them up, catch some fresh bait. Let's get it, Mike. There we go. All right, there we go. That's what we're looking for.
Yep. He uses his digger to dig.
Yep. So guys, these are the same baits that you use on the jetty fishing for sheep's head, tautog, and that sort of thing. Stripers eat them. Basically anything that's out here eats them. And that's the perfect size right there, but we need way more than that. So we're gonna keep on digging. Here we go. All right, got a couple sand fleas here. We're gonna get started. We're gonna throw a couple of sand fleas on. And we also stopped at Buck's place right there on 611, and we got some peelers here. So we're going to put a little piece of peeler on one, and then we're also going to use a little bit of fish bites. Clam, right?
Crab.
Crab. So we got fish bites, crab flavor, and that just gets a little bit more scent out there in the water. And then we're going to put a piece of crab on one hook, put a couple of sand fleas on the other hooks. Then we're going to keep on digging so we can get some more sand fleas for bait. But you might as well put a couple of lines in when you do have bait, and then keep on working for the sand fleas while you're waiting for a bite.
That's drum candy right there.
There we go. You get these all over the place, guys. In Ocean City, Atlantic Tackle's got them. Bucks down 611 has got them. That is the drum candy. Fishing strips, crab in orange. Looks a lot like a deadly double if you ask me. And then that, a little piece of this, goes out there. All right, Mike's gonna get us baited up here. He's got a high-low rig on, nothing fancy, no floats, just a couple of circle hooks. You got your sinker down here at the bottom, about 12 inches, 14 inches up. You got your first dropper loop to a circle hook, and then another 12 or 14 inches. You got another dropper loop to another circle hook up here to your swivel. And we're gonna bait it up. What do you got on there?
All right, so fish bites, crab, and then sand flea. I'm gonna go through this digger here. So through that digger.
Yep.
Up through the back, and then I'll put 2 on each hook.
Okay, gotcha. So this is just like if we were tog or sheep's head fishing. You fit as many on there as you can, because these drum are going to be down there and they eat on the bottom just like a tog or a sheep's head.
Yep.
And it's just as simple as that. Circle hook up top, a couple of sand fleas and a piece of fish bites crab. Circle hook on the bottom. And we actually did pretty good catching those sand fleas, so we got plenty right now. And then same thing through the little digger on the bottom. 1, 2.
Little smorgasbord.
Yeah. Put the buffet.
Paul Revere's smorgasbord right there.
If you show up before 4 p.m., it's only $3.99 a person. And then you cast that joker out there, and you wait. And you hope to not catch a skate. We're looking for black drum, baby. But as nice as it is out here, we really don't care if we catch nothing. Get out there!
Oh, we lost one. That's all right.
And then we walk these up the beach, put them in the sand spike, lined up. Got Nick down there on the end checking one right now. Bing, 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 bing. And hopefully we get a bite. If not, at least we tried. All right, nice calm day like we've got today. We're gonna start with a 4-ounce pyramid sinker. Here's my little surf rig. Nice size hook there. I think it's a 6/0 hook with a float, colorful float on it. And this was handcrafted by the great Dale Timmons himself, surf fisherman extraordinaire. Got a piece of that fish bites crab on there and 2 sand fleas on my lucky JPR, ready to rock. It's a little bit short for this, but it's been lucky, so let's see if it happens again today. It gets hoisted out there into the surf, and then we wait. 1 hour in update, we are all set up. Truck is ready to roll, easy access to everything that we need. We got a nice little shot of sand fleas here. Caught several sand fleas. We'll go back if we need more. Mike's getting rod number 6 set up. Once that's in, we got 6 lines out and we are fishing. Nick just showed up. Nick from OCPD, one of Mike's colleagues, showed up to do a little bit of fishing with us. So we'll have, looks like 8 total lines in, and it's a beautiful day, man. The wind's not blowing. You got the surf crashing over here on the east, nice and flat. Rods are all set up. You can see if you look down the line, if you stand basically in line with all your setups, you can see if you're getting any bite, right? So I'm looking down here to the north, and I can look over here to the south, and I can see all these rods. And if you get any kind of action in that rod tip, run over there and pick it up. But as of right now, 1 hour in, bait's all caught, lines are all set up, and we are fishing. So hopefully we get a black drum bite here. Just a rogue wave, huh? I don't think anything's ever too early for. You got no pull?
Yeah.
No head shake? Nothing? Huh. I mean, could be a horseshoe crab or 2.
Yeah. Lightening up now.
Definitely dragging something, yeah. What have you snagged, Mike?
Skate?
Is it a skate? dead weight skate.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, he's surfing in backwards. He's doing a backstroke. All right, there he is. Not the target species, but a fish nonetheless. That is a skate. They suck. Got to be careful back here along the tail. You see those little spines along the tail? They'll get you, but other than that, not too dangerous. They're just nasty. All right, Mike's gonna unhook this skate. He's got him hooked perfectly right in the lower jaw. And you can see those teeth. That mouth will actually protrude and come out and get you a little bit. And it's not really teeth, but it's some rough, really rough mouth there on top and bottom. So just be careful. If you don't have to get your fingers in there, don't. And I'll help him out here. Hold this, Mike. I'll switch it. I'm an experienced headboat mate.
There you go.
So if you get the skate by the back of the head and you hold him by the nose like this and let his body weight fall over, he'll kind of just go to sleep for you like this. He'll just lay over and you get an opportunity to get your hook out of there. I don't want to mess up my snell on the hook. So I'm going to use this to grab a hold of my circle hook. Squeeze her out of there. You kind of got to get it low on the shank because you're going to be curling this out of there, but you can see he's just kind of sitting there waiting for me to get the hook out. Here it comes. There you go. All right, like I said, hold him by the nose, not really any damage. Be careful back here along the tail, just because you're going to see those spikes and stuff, but other than that, not that big a deal, and he's going back. All right, Mike just released his skate. Nick feels like he's got something on this one as well. Not pulling like much.
It felt real light.
And also, Nick has picked up Mike's setup. So Nick's unfamiliarity with Mike's setup, this might be nothing but a 12-ounce sinker. But it feels like something, huh? I don't see any back. Yep, another skate. Here he comes, skating right up the beach. There he is again. All right. There you go, Nick. I would say congratulations, but it's a skate. Just by the tip of the nose here.
It was just a little too slippery for me.
It's all right. It also helps if your D-hooker closes all the way. There we go. Oh, he's getting that piece of crab. All right, see what I mean about getting your fingers in there, guys? Just it's all it is really rough, but you can see it's tough. All right, slow fishing not so bad when you got hospitality like this. Dessert snack. It looks good,
right? It's sizzling on the plate like at the diner or the Mexican restaurant when they bring it out.
Yeah, you gonna tell us that? Don't touch your plate inside.
Yeah.
That looks delicious, brother. That's good. That would be better. Man, look at that. Mike's a very thoughtful guy, keeping it low carb for me. I'm just skipping the tortillas. This is banging. And even if we catch nothing else, having an absolutely awesome time. Down here on the beach, I don't do this very much, just relaxing. I mean, I love sitting on the beach, just sitting on the beach, listening to the waves, enjoying the weather. And if I got a line in the water, great food like this, a couple of great people, especially OCPD, I'm in a good spot. So, fishing, eh. That is slamming.
You got your bud?
Yeah, all right. I was just, I was catching some more sand fleas and turned around and my rod was doubled over. I thought a wave had it, but then picked it up. It definitely feels like something on here.
Head shakes?
I don't feel head shakes, but it's definitely something. Because, like I say, the rod doubled over in the rod hole. That's the horseshoe crab.
These things are getting us excited.
Had me fooled that time, buddy. And guess why? Because he's wrapped up. Ah, you stinking turd. Yep, he's wrapped up. That's what made me think it was something different than a skate. That sucks. Oh well, a little excitement for the vid. I love fish. And I think it's in. Red farts! Yep. That's it, bro. That's it.
Calling it quits.
You got to know when to say when, man. The fat lady is sung and she's left and went home and took a shower. But listen, it's fishing, dude. It's fishing. You come out here, you expect to do something, and sometimes you just don't. And that's what happened to us today. We had some bent rods, you know, those skates at least had us fooled, and we got to reel something in. So I guess a fishing trip was a fishing trip. But target species definitely not acquired. They're here, man. There's a bunch of people going up and down the beach. I know there was some success today with black drum, and it's kind of just getting going, man. This weather has been absolutely terrible the past maybe 10 days, and it's just finally breaking a little bit where we got some calmer winds, a little bit warmer temperatures, the sun is shining. So you gonna come back?
I'm debating.
Yeah.
Either switching just the flounder or give it another shot.
I'm there too, man, because I don't surf fish much at all. So this was an enjoyable day for me, man. I got to hang out with my buddy. Yep. Met my new friend Nick from OCPD. Got to bend a rod once or twice and hang out on the beach in Ocean City here at Assateague Island. So it was a great day, man. He made some really, really good fajitas. Kept it low carb for me too, so that was fun. And they were absolutely delicious. But look, man, that's fishing. But I'm with him. I think it's time maybe to switch gears. Flounder fishing is getting going in Ocean City. Jason Mumford's caught several keepers now. That first fish was caught back on April 4th. And here we are now, middle of the month, and they've been moving into the back bay the whole time, and nobody's really been fishing for them because of this weather. We got tautog at the South Jetty and at Martha's Landing. We got striped bass at Route 50 and at Route 90. So as fun as this surf fishing was for me, I'm probably switching gears, and the Fishing OC Carolina skiff will be seeing a lot more time on the water. So thank you guys for clicking in. Mike, anything for your adoring fans?
No, thanks for having. Always hanging out and always having a good time.
I appreciate the invite, man. We had a great time on the Ocean Princess. Mike and I are now buddies and fishing buddies, and anytime he asks me to do something like this, if I can do it, I'm going to do it. And then we had a great time today. So thank you all very much for clicking into another vid. Sorry we didn't hit the target species, but look, that's fishing. Deal with it. Social media up top, I got plenty of sky for this one. Fishing OC on Facebook, iFishing OC on Instagram, deadly-tackle.com for all the gear, fishingoc.com for the nightly fishing report, which we will not be in tonight. See you next vid. Peace.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for